Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're most welcome to Tasty City. In today's video, I share this delicious coconut donut recipe. They're super soft in the inside, they're so delicious, and the crunchiness from the coconut just takes this donut to another whole level. So if you want to know how I made this, then please stay tuned and let's get right into the video. The full list of ingredients and measurements will be listed in the description box down below, so be sure to check it out. To get started, I'll start by proving my yeast. So in a bowl, I'll go ahead and add in some warm milk. To that, I'll be adding my active dry yeast, some unrefined cane sugar, but the white granulated sugar works as well. So the yeast need the sugar to feed on so they can activate nicely. Once that is done, we're going to go ahead and give it a quick stir, cover and allow the yeast to activate for about 5 to 10 minutes. While the yeast is activating, I'm going to go ahead and sift some bread flour. You may use plain or all-purpose flour. Once the sifting process is done, to that I'll add some sugar, some desiccated or shredded coconut, salt, and lastly some nutmeg powder. Then I'll go ahead and give it a good mix to combine all ingredients. Next, I'll go ahead and add in some soft unsalted butter, then work it in till a crumble-like texture is achieved. Once that step is completed, I'll go ahead and crack in 1 whole egg into some warm milk. Please note that the milk is not hot, but just slightly warm to the touch. And next, I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavor, and I'll give it a good whisk. And back to our yeast, you can see our yeast is very much alive and have activated beautifully. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and combine the wet and the dry together. So I'll pour the activated yeast into the flour mix, and then next I'll go in with the milk, vanilla, and egg mixture. I'll go ahead now and mix these two together, the dry and the wet, till a dough is formed. Once a dough is formed just like this, next I'll go ahead and lightly flour my work surface to prevent the dough from sticking, and I'm going to be kneading this dough for exactly 6 to 8 minutes. All right, family, so welcome back. I've been kneading the dough for a while now, and at this point our dough is soft, but it is not smooth, as you can see, and that is because of the shredded coconut we added. So now we're going to go ahead and transfer this into a lightly oiled bowl so that our dough doesn't dry out, and we're going to allow this to rest for between 25 to 30 minutes. Alright family, so while the dough is resting, I'll quickly show you what I'm going to be using to cut the donuts. So I have this tins or cookie cutter. Yeah, so it all depends on the size of donut you're going for. As you can see, I have a big one and also a small one. And also to cut the donut hole, I'll be using this piping nozzle. I think that is what it's called. And I also have this parchment paper, which I have cut into small square shapes. If you don't have parchment paper, you can just go ahead and sprinkle a bit of flour on your tray, or if you don't want to cut the parchment paper, you can as well just lay the parchment paper on your tray and sprinkle a bit of flour on it. And if you don't have this, sorry, I was showing you some glass cup there. So if you don't have those things, you can just go ahead and make use of a glass cup to cut out a round shape. So at this point, I'm just oiling my work surface a bit before transferring the dough, and I'm going to go ahead now and just flatten it a bit with my hand and then roll it out. So go ahead and roll it out to your desired thickness, but be sure not to over roll so the dough is not too thin. Okay, so this is me done rolling out the dough, and I have rolled the dough into about 1 inch thickness. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out some round shape, and I'll try my best as much as I can to cut the dough very close. So once I'm done with that step, I'll go ahead now and cut out the donut holes. The next step is to trim off the excess. Then next, I will shape it into a ball, then transfer it back into the bowl. Then I'll cover and allow it to rest for between 15 to 20 minutes before rolling it out again. So next, I'll leave the donut dough one after the other, then place them on the cut parchment paper. Then next, I'll transfer them onto my tray. So once we have all the donut transferred to the tray, we're going to go ahead and cover them up with a clean kitchen towel cloth or towel, then allow them to rest for between 45 minutes to 1 hour. So it is time to fry the donuts, and here I'm just checking the temperature to see if the oil is hot enough. And so now I'm just going to carefully drop in some of the donuts into the oil. I won't be overcrowding the pot, so I'm just going to be frying like about 6 of them. And then once that is done, I'm just going to carefully take out all the parchment paper, and then I'll allow the donut to fry on a medium heat on each side for about 5 minutes, or until I am satisfied with the brownness. So this is after about 5 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and flip to the other side, let them fry as well. And after 5 minutes, you can see how the donuts are looking. They are not so brown, so I'm still going to flip them over and fry them again, like I said, until I am satisfied with the brownness. So like I said earlier, we are frying the donuts on a medium heat. Please do not fry your donuts on a high heat, because frying them on a high heat will cause them to brown up so fast, leaving the inside uncooked. And if you also fry with a low temperature, then they will soak up oil. You just need to fry them on a medium heat. So at this point, they are nice and ready. Like, I am satisfied with this golden brown color. But if you like yours a little bit more darker, then you can just maybe fry them for about 1 minute more. So I'm taking them out from the oil now, and I'm placing them on a kitchen paper towel to absorb a bit of excess oil, and then once that is done, I will transfer them onto a wire rack. I'll go ahead now and repeat the same process with the remaining. So this is me done frying the second batch. I will take them out from the oil and then repeat the same process with the remaining, and I'll also be frying the donut holes as well. Alright, lovely. So now that our donuts are nicely fried, the next step will be coating them with some shredded coconut. So in this bowl here, I have about half cup of shredded coconut, but this step is totally optional. So you can choose not to coat them if you prefer, but I choose to. So I'll go ahead and coat them nicely till they are well coated with the shredded coconut. Just like so. And I'll go ahead and repeat the process till I'm done. So there you have it, tasty team, our coconut donut. These donuts were super soft and they tasted so delicious. I really hope you have enjoyed watching today's video, and I hope you do give this recipe a try as well. So if you like this video, please go ahead and click the like button and subscribe if you are not already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.